All my years of watching movies, I've come into contact with some weird titles, some bad titles, some great titles, and every title in between. But this is one of the weirdest, oddest movies I've ever had the pleasure or displeasure of watching. Don't know which. It's just weird. It's like a compilation video, but a homemade compilation video where they made all the compilations themselves. Very bizarre. Kind of like, California Raisins, where they have those little skits in there. It seems like that. Then it also seems like something like Debris with all those weird compilation shots, and then a horror anthology film all wrapped into one, but it's so very bizarre. It's Bill Osco's Urban Legends. And, I was doing some research on Bill Osco, and some of the movies seemed familiar, and they had clips from The Bean in there, the movie The Bean by Jackie Kong. He was a producer on that movie. And this movie also, I noticed, starred, after a while, after I did some research, I looked and I was like, oh, the guy was from Blood Diner. He's the dumb fat brother, the fatter brother. He's not really fat, but the chubbier brother who wrestles. He's in this. But this movie is so bizarre. Let me fill it in on what basically it is. It has 7 short stories in it. The short stories are told, they're terribly, they're like commentated over by the wraparound person, and it's like a transvestite type person. I don't know, a man who's dressed as a woman sounding like a gay guy.
Truth can in fact be even more bizarre than fiction. Case in point, a simple man who wanted a simple blood test for a marriage license, but encountered a more than simple doctor with cataclysmic results.
Very weird, but anyways, they say they're little sly comments that aren't really funny. You can barely hear the actual stuff that's going on in the video. And the actual lighting and the fading and the picture quality of the actual little short movies on here is awful. Sometimes you can't hear or see anything. It's very weird, and it looks like, my friend pointed out, he's like, it looks like somebody just grabbed the camera and filmed the TV that these are playing on, and I wouldn't disagree with that. But let me just tell you about the films. The first off, I'm going to read off this, and just to remember, there was The Graveyard, which was god-awful. Crack Horse, which is horribly bizarre, that ended in a somewhat graphic scene that was kind of decent. Bucky Bob, phone sex one, which was very weird, and at the end some guy got electrocuted while jerking off with a vacuum.
Thus, it all went up in smoke. That's a wonderful cheap effect. Oh, look at his lovely wig fell off.
Don't Go in the Basement, which was awful and didn't make any sense, and used a scene from The Bean. Broken Needle and Arm, which is makes no sense at all. Crackhead Dentist, really makes no sense. Vampire Surgeon, I don't know. These are exactly like 5-minute self-explanatory titles here. They don't really make any sense.
Oh, wow. Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we've all been waiting for. That's the $10,000 effect.
But I've got my eye on you, you Ben Casey from hell.
Oh, please. Ben Casey. That would certainly take a lot of balls. Eyeballs, that is.
But the wraparound, the talk show host and stuff is very weird. But that's not the good things about these movies. That's about this movie. That's the negative. Some of the gore is okay to watch. But the positive about this movie is, I'll give the positive. In between the actual movies, there's like, I guess you would call them maybe commercial breaks, or basically skits. They're basically like if you took like a British comedy show and mixed it with Blue Collar Comedy Tour or something like that. They come off like that. That's what my friend was mentioning, that they seemed a lot like British comedy, and I thought Blue Collar Comedy Tour. And some of the skits are just really, really funny stuff. And they like kind of crack on old television shows like The Young and the Stupid, and they're actually pretty funny. Everyone in the movie plays dual roles, but I had a couple of them had me cracking up. The caveman skit was really funny stuff.
Many men have wondered how language was first discovered. Well, we have our own theory on how men first learned how to talk, way back in the caveman days, in his quest for language.
A lot of short just jokes that are really funny. A lot of greatest skits in there. I'll show some because they're just funny stuff. Like, it was classic stuff. I wish the whole movie would have been that, but then again, it wouldn't be a horror movie then. And another thing about the movie is they'll splice in hardcore nude scenes. Like, it's like this is the director's this is the producer. This producer looked like he went through his career, just spliced a whole bunch of shit in there, along with what was shot in this movie. Very weird. I don't know what to think of it. It's not really like a movie. It's fucking weird. But anyways, the skits are really fun, I must say. But
Johnny, do that. Hey, Johnny, get me some coffee. I took it. I ain't taking no more, you understand, Rocky? I ain't taking no more now. Now you take it.
Cut!
How was that? Was that any good at all? Just didn't feel right. It sounded awful loud and scared me. Just out of my wits. I know my eyebrows are a mess. I feel it's my bones. Can we do it again, please? We'll have Haagen-Dazs later. I want to do it again. Okay.
But besides that, I don't know what to think. And there's also the hardcore nude scenes. There's just like these straight nude scenes that are like showing like all of it, woman's vagina and butts, buttholes, and everything. And it's for no reason. It's just so weird. It comes in for no reason. I don't know what's up with that. And there's a short on here that is basically the art of nude bowling, which is a bunch of men bowling, 2 men bowling with 3 women bowling naked, and the men's faces and wieners are scratched out and bowling. It's black and white. They made this little fake thing that it was supposed to be Alfred Hitchcock's first film or something, and the one dude's commentating over it, saying that it is, the other dude's not, and they're both gay, and it's kind of weird. And then there's this giant fat naked lady who's like 800 pounds with giant tumors there too, and they're all dressed in clown makeup on the face. I do not know what to think. It's completely retarded and just weird. The whole movie's weird. Pretty much that 9-minute clip sums up the whole movie's bizarreness. Doesn't really make any sense. Doesn't really have a point. The skits are funny. That's about it. I don't know what to say. It's a mind boggle. There's a couple good gore effects. That's it. I don't know what to say. A couple good jokes. A couple good gore. Not even good gore effects. Substandard. They can pass. But it just looks like maybe insane inside the mind of the producer himself's world. That's all I can say. Thank you. Bye. That's Urban Legends here. Or are they?
Now, a public service announcement. The con man is an evil and unscrupulous villain who will steal your hard-earned cash while pretending to be your best friend. Be on the lookout for these con men, for they may appear in various forms seeking your money for seemingly worthwhile causes. These treacherous human beings must be stopped, and it is your patriotic duty to help put an end once and for all to these human parasites. How can you help? Simply place $500 in an envelope and send it to We Won't Be Conned, care of Sam's Diner, Eucalyptus, Arizona.
Yeah. Now back to our movie, Gidget Gets Married.
Now a word from our sponsor.
Crazy! Bang! You're driving me nuts! The phone's ringing! I'm going crazy! I'm going crazy!
Jane, why so tense?
Oh, Jim, I'm a nervous wreck here.
Well, Well, maybe it's that caffeine in your coffee. That's right. That's why you should try new Instant Spanka. Yes, Instant Spanka. It calms those nerves. You feel it start.
I feel better already.
Instant Spanka. Calms your nerves and relieves that pressure.
Hey, you're really beautiful. What sign are you? You know I drive a Pinto. What do you say we go over to my place, huh?
Oh, take a hike.
Hey, you, sir.